It is much safer to be feared than loved, because love is preserved by a link of obligation, which, owing to the baseness of men, is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. But fear preserves you by a dread of punishment, which never fails. In the shadows of your daily life, a silent war rages. It's not fought with weapons or armies, but with thoughts, choices, and actions. The battlefield is your mind, and the enemy is insidious: fear, indecision, and mediocrity. These are the forces that keep you from claiming your throne. They whisper doubts, breed hesitation, and anchor you in the mundane. Fear is the first enemy. It manifests in the moments you hesitate to speak up, the opportunities you let slip by, the dreams you bury under the weight of what-ifs. This fear is not just a fleeting emotion. It's a fortress built brick by brick, each brick laid by your own inaction. To conquer this fortress, you must first recognize it exists. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you reinforce its walls. But every time you act, despite fear, you weaken them. Confidence is your weapon. It's not arrogance or blind certainty. It's the armor forged in the fires of discipline and self-trust. Confidence is the sword that cuts through doubt and the shield that deflects the arrows of criticism. In a world that rewards compliance and mediocrity, confidence is revolutionary. It's the quiet force that commands attention without uttering a word. The stakes are immediate and profound. Failure to master this inner war means a life of obscurity, of being a spectator in your own existence. It means watching others ascend while you remain anchored in the shallows of self-doubt. But success, true success, means becoming a force of nature. It means moving through the world with purpose, presence, and power. It means shaping your reality rather than being shaped by it. The war begins within, and the first victory is over yourself. Master yourself, and you master the world. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. This insight from Machiavelli underscores a profound truth. The mind is the ruler's most trusted advisor, and its quality dictates the realm's fate. Your thoughts are the generals of your inner army, and the battlefield is your consciousness. If you cannot command your thoughts, you cannot command your life. The mind is a fortress, and you are its sovereign. Every thought is a soldier, every impulse a potential rebellion. Discipline is the gatekeeper, ensuring that only those thoughts that serve your purpose are allowed entry. Without vigilance, the mind becomes a chaotic kingdom, vulnerable to the invasions of fear, doubt, and mediocrity. Strategic thought patterns are your battle tactics. Each decision is a move on the chessboard of life, each action a strike in the war for your destiny. To win, you must think like a general, anticipate, outmaneuver, and dominate. Allowing your mind to wander aimlessly is akin to sending your troops into battle without a plan. Mastery over noise is your path to clarity. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to focus is a rare and powerful weapon. Eliminate the unnecessary, and you clear the field for your true purpose. Each moment of distraction is an enemy soldier. Each moment of focus is a victory. Your mind, when disciplined and strategic, becomes an unassailable throne. From this seat of power, you command your reality. Fail to guard it, and you risk being overthrown by the forces of chaos. But if you master it, you become the architect of your fate. Master your mind, and you master your world. The more sand has escaped from the hourglass of our life, the clearer we should see the battlefield before us. The morning is not just a time. It is the opening salvo of every war you will fight today. Each sunrise is a trumpet announcing opportunity and danger, and how you rise determines whether you are a commander or a casualty. The first hours are a microcosm of the battlefield, quiet, unclaimed, and waiting for those bold enough to seize it. While others linger in lethargy, you stand alert, ready to mobilize your mind, body, and ambition. Rising with intent is your first act of domination. It is not enough to open your eyes. You must awaken with purpose, as a general reviewing the terrain before the clash. Your morning rituals are drills in discipline. Each action, from the first stretch to the first sip of water, a maneuver that sharpens your mind and fortifies your will. You are training your consciousness to act with precision, your nerves to respond with speed, your focus to detect opportunity where others see only routine. By claiming these hours, you forge the edge that will cut through hesitation all day long. Seizing first mover advantage transforms the quiet of dawn into a weapon. While the world sleeps, you are already in motion, a predator stalking invisible prey. Every step you take before the crowd awakens compounds into momentum that cannot be challenged. Emails sent, plans laid, ideas executed, all before others even rise, position you not just ahead, but uncatchable. This is the principle generals have known for centuries. Controlling the tempo of war determines the outcome before the battle even begins. Your enemies, indecision, distraction, and mediocrity, are still in slumber while you advance your strategy. Silent conquest is the art of winning without fanfare. Early victories are often invisible, unnoticed by the masses, yet they shape the contours of power. By mastering the morning, you accumulate authority over your day, your career, and your influence. Each task completed before sunrise is a captured hill. Each disciplined choice, a conquered territory. These small, unseen triumphs compound, building a fortress of momentum that others can neither penetrate nor anticipate. The empire of your life is constructed in these quiet hours, brick by brick, victory by victory. The cost of neglecting the morning is profound. Sleep in past opportunity, and you start the day already behind, reacting to the chaos others have begun to unleash. Let hesitation rule your first movements, and the entire battlefield shifts against you. But rise with intent, claim first mover advantage, and master the silent conquest, and you transform the ordinary dawn into an arsenal, the start of relentless domination. Your morning becomes a declaration. The world will bend to the rhythm you set. The hours you command in silence echo throughout the day, giving you leverage over time, influence, and outcomes. Others may rush, scramble, and stumble, but you move like a general who has surveyed the terrain, anticipated every maneuver, and struck where no one expected. Win the morning, and the day becomes yours. Begin with strategy. Begin with discipline. Begin with purpose. Conquer the dawn, and you conquer everything. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Stillness is the forge where power is sharpened. It is not inaction. It is preparation, strategy, and silent dominance. The world rewards the loud, the visible, the reactive. But the true predator thrives in the shadows, unseen yet unstoppable. When you learn to weaponize stillness, every pause becomes a strike, every quiet moment a gathering of strength. Every observation, a map of weaknesses, waiting to be exploited. Observation before the strike is your first tool. You watch, you listen, you measure the movements of others, the patterns of chaos, the subtle shifts in intention that go unnoticed by the untrained eye. While others charge, blinded by impulse, you gather intelligence. You see the cracks in resolve, the hesitations, the gaps in defenses. A general never rushes blindly into battle. He surveys the terrain, counts his forces, and waits for the decisive moment. Your stillness is your vantage point. From here, you know where to move, when to strike, and who will falter first. Energy conservation is the second advantage of silence. Every action consumes power. Every emotion spent is ammunition gone. By mastering stillness, you preserve your stamina, your focus, your clarity. You move with precision because you have chosen your moment carefully. Elite performers across history, from military strategists to athletes, understand this truth. Those who expend less but strike smarter dominate the field. You are not weak in waiting. You are strong in preparation. You are a predator, coiled and ready. Every muscle, every thought, every plan poised for impact. The calm before the storm is a weapon of perception. Silence terrifies because it is unpredictable. When others cannot read your intent, they hesitate, miscalculate, and falter. In meetings, negotiations, or personal battles, your composed presence alone becomes a form of control. You command attention without uttering a word. Your enemies act hastily, revealing themselves, while you conserve your strength for the moment that matters most. The storm is coming, and they do not see it until it is too late. To weaponize stillness is to transform patience into dominance, restraint into strategy, and quiet into fear. The world will rush past, blind and frantic, but you move deliberately, observing, calculating, preparing. Every pause is a maneuver, every silence a trap, every measured step a claim to power. The battlefield is not always chaos. Sometimes the battlefield is quiet, and in that quiet, victory is forged. Hold your stance, watch, wait, strike when the moment demands it. Your enemies will stumble, your allies will follow, and your power will expand, unseen until it is unstoppable. Master the silence, and you command a storm. It is better to be impetuous than cautious, for fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, you must conquer her with boldness. Ruthless elimination is the creed of those who sit upon thrones, forged from discipline and vision. Every element in your life that weakens your stance, every person who drains your energy, every habit that dulls your edge, must be identified and removed. The battlefield of life is littered with hidden threats. Failure to act decisively is an invitation to stagnation and defeat. Relentless curation begins with understanding that allies are rare and distractions are lethal. Not everyone who walks beside you deserves to share your victories. Some carry venom, subtle yet corrosive, eroding focus and ambition. You must survey your surroundings like a general inspecting troops, identifying loyalty, strength, and weakness. Cut away the toxic relationships, the frivolous commitments, the energy vampires. Surround yourself only with those who sharpen you, who elevate the mission, and who respect the throne you are building. Sacrificing comfort for power is not optional. It is mandatory. Mediocrity thrives in ease, in routines that demand nothing, in pleasures that anesthetize potential. To ascend, you must endure discomfort, embrace discipline, and act against the gravitational pull of complacency. The cost is immediate: the loss of indulgence, the late nights, the harder path. But the reward is absolute: authority, clarity, and momentum. Every decision to forego comfort strengthens your throne. Every sacrifice builds the walls of your domain. And every challenge endured becomes armor against the storms of life. Decisive action is the weapon that ensures these eliminations translate into power. Hesitation allows weak elements to fester. Indecision invites chaos. When you identify what no longer serves you, act swiftly and without remorse. Remove the dead weight before it undermines your foundation. The battlefield does not pause for contemplation. It rewards those who strike with precision and speed. Every delay is an opportunity lost. Every moment of doubt is a vulnerability that others will exploit. Ruthless elimination is not cruelty. It is strategy. It is the commitment to mastery over the self and control over your domain. It is the relentless pursuit of a throne that can never be shaken by indecision, doubt, or mediocrity. The more you refine your life, the sharper your presence becomes. The enemies of your potential, distraction, toxicity, and comfort, must be dispatched with clarity and authority. Severe the weak, embrace the disciplined, and claim your power. It is not titles that make a ruler powerful, but the appearance of strength and decisiveness. Authority is a mask you wear, but it is also a weapon. The way you carry yourself, the energy you radiate, the confidence in your voice, all of it communicates power before a single word leaves your lips. Presence is not vanity. It is a strategic tool, the first strike in the invisible battle of perception. On every battlefield, real or metaphorical, those who project strength are rarely challenged, and those who do not are consumed. Presence as a weapon begins with posture, tone, and energy. Stand as though you already own the territory. Walk as though the world bends to your command. Speak as if your words carry the weight of inevitability. Energy is contagious. It shapes how others respond to you. Even in silence, your stance tells allies they can trust you and warns rivals to tread carefully. Every gesture, every glance, every pause becomes a calculated maneuver, a projection of control that precedes action. Psychological manipulation is mastery of the battlefield of perception. Observe the room as a general surveys the terrain. Who is weak? Who is compliant? Who poses a threat? Control the narrative by guiding attention, influencing emotions, and setting the pace. Your confidence is a signal that commands respect and discourages opposition. By shaping how others perceive you, you expand your sphere of influence without a single blow. Those who underestimate the power of perception often find themselves outmaneuvered before the fight begins. Confidence armor transforms perception into reality. By adopting the persona of control, you reinforce your inner mastery. Acting with authority trains your mind to think with authority. Even when uncertainty creeps in, your outward projection of command reassures allies and intimidates rivals. Confidence becomes a force multiplier. The mask you wear strengthens the throne within, and the throne within legitimizes the mask. They feed each other in an unbreakable cycle of power. Command is not inherited. It is claimed and projected. The world responds to those who look as though they belong at the top, who speak as if decisions are already made, and who move as if the outcome is inevitable. presence, perception, and confidence are not accessories. They are weapons in the silent war for dominance. Wear the mask of power, and the world will bow before it. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command himself. Within you lies a silent killer, a precision strike force trained not on others, but on the weaknesses that threaten your own throne. The inner assassin does not wait for failure to arrive. It moves first, eliminating hesitation, doubt, and self-sabotage before they can take root. It is the most ruthless ally you will ever cultivate, silent, invisible, and lethal in its pursuit of mastery. The preemptive strike begins with awareness. Self-limiting beliefs are the enemy hidden within your mind, whispers that convince you to settle, to hesitate, to remain small. Identify them early. Question every thought that undermines your confidence, every fear that paralyzes action. Strike decisively. Replace hesitation with clarity, doubt with purpose, and weakness with strategy. Every mental sabotage prevented is a battlefield won before it even begins. Discipline is your blade, honed with daily ritual and relentless practice. Each morning's drill, each focused hour, each disciplined choice shapes your reality with surgical precision. Habits are not small gestures. They are weapons of destiny. The assassin within wields them to carve opportunity from chaos, to transform potential into unassailable power. Every act of consistency sharpens your edge. Every avoided indulgence strengthens your resolve. And every repetition turns skill into instinct. Shadow work is the final mastery. You must confront the hidden corners of your psyche, the fears, the grudges, the impulses you deny. These shadows are not weaknesses to hide from. They are territories to conquer. The assassin does not flinch. By facing what you suppress, you absorb its energy, neutralize its threat, and turn it into fuel. Freedom is born in the darkness, forged by the willingness to face yourself fully and strike where hesitation lingers. The inner assassin is both sword and shield. It strikes before threats materialize and guards against internal betrayal. By training it, you control the battlefield within, ensuring that no doubt or fear can ever overthrow your dominion. The cost of neglect is high: hesitation, stagnation, and the slow erosion of power. But the reward is absolute: clarity, precision, and the unstoppable momentum of a mind that cannot betray itself. Strike first. Strike clean. Strike without mercy. Own your shadows. Command your habits. Master yourself, and the world will follow. Kill doubt before it kills you. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Within every human lies a dual nature: the lamb that seeks comfort and the wolf that hunts, strategizes, and dominates. To be dangerously confident, you must feed the wolf within, the part of you that craves mastery, action, and relentless growth. Neglect it, and it weakens. Nourish it, and it becomes an unstoppable force shaping your destiny. Strengthening instincts is the first duty. The wolf thrives on calculated risk, on bold moves that others shy away from. Initiative is its prey, and aggression, when measured, becomes its weapon. Every decision to act decisively, every challenge faced head-on, every opportunity seized before hesitation kills it, feeds the predator within. Ambition grows with each conquest. Instincts sharpen like claws, honed on the hunt, and confidence becomes an instinctual second skin. Avoiding weakness is equally vital. Laziness, entitlement, and passivity are poison. They starve the wolf, dull its senses, and leave you vulnerable to life's predators. To feed the wolf is to deny indulgence that weakens you, to reject comfort that numbs ambition, and to cut out distractions that drain your energy. Discipline becomes both sustenance and shield, ensuring your inner predator remains lean, focused, and lethal. Balancing force and cunning transforms raw power into mastery. Strength without strategy is chaos. Intellect without initiative is impotence. The wolf thrives when instinct and intellect are aligned, when you move with both purpose and precision, attacking where opportunity meets weakness, and retreating only to reassess with clarity. Your mind becomes the strategist, your instincts the strike force, and together they create an authority that cannot be challenged lightly. Feeding the wolf is not about brutality. It is about alignment with your highest potential. Every calculated risk, every disciplined action, every sharpened skill nourishes the predator that lives within. The cost of neglect is obvious. Mediocrity, hesitation, and irrelevance. The reward is absolute. Confidence that commands, presence that intimidates, and power that transforms your life. Feed it, sharpen it, command it. Let the wolf inside you rise, and the world will learn to respect your hunger. Feed the wolf, and the predator within will lead you to victory. All warfare is based on deception. Life is a chessboard, and you are both the strategist and the piece in motion. Every decision, every interaction, every choice of where to expend energy or withhold it is a move with consequences. Victory does not come from brute force alone. It comes from foresight, patience, and the ruthless calculation of risk versus reward. Treat each day as a battle in miniature, where the stakes are your freedom, influence, and destiny. Calculated risks are the first principle. Pawns are sacrificed not out of carelessness, but to secure the king's path to power. Small losses today, discomfort, rejection, or minor setbacks are the currency of tomorrow's triumphs. Every calculated risk positions you advantageously, ensuring that when the moment comes, you are not merely reacting but orchestrating the battlefield. The confident move today creates an unassailable advantage tomorrow. Anticipating opposition is the hallmark of mastery. The chess master sees moves before they happen, predicting the intentions of rivals and positioning defenses while setting traps. Life is filled with invisible adversaries, competitors, doubters, and circumstance itself. By thinking several steps ahead, you not only protect your throne, but manipulate the board so that obstacles collapse into opportunity. Your foresight becomes a weapon, turning uncertainty into control. Strategic alliances amplify power beyond individual effort. Conquest alone rarely secures lasting dominion. Relationships, leverage, and mutual advantage extend your influence across the board. Every ally is a piece that multiplies your reach, and every calculated partnership strengthens your position. Trust and timing are as critical as aggression. A misjudged alliance can undo even the most brilliant strategy. Power grows when intellect and diplomacy combine, transforming raw ambition into unchallenged authority. Life demands moves that are deliberate, confident, and unflinching. Hesitation is weakness. Recklessness is ruin. The chessboard of life rewards those who plan, anticipate, and strike with precision, balancing risk, foresight, and alliances to dominate the field. Every decision, every interaction, every moment becomes a calculated maneuver toward your ultimate victory. Move like a king, Think like a strategist. Win like a master. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Confidence is not given. It is forged in the fires of discipline, hammered into your mind and body through ritual, repetition, and relentless trials. Each day presents an opportunity to temper your will, to transform ordinary acts into weapons of mental fortitude. The mind, like steel, becomes unbreakable only when subjected to resistance, pressure, and the relentless forging of habit. Daily forging begins with the small, uncomfortable tasks most avoid. Waking before the world stirs, pushing through physical strain, engaging in work that tests focus and patience. These are the strikes of the hammer against your psyche. Each repetition carves away weakness, sharpens resilience, and builds a core of unshakable resolve. The battlefield of life does not reward comfort. It rewards those who endure and adapt, who embrace the grind as a tool rather than a burden. Enduring pain and rejection is the shield of the confident. Every slight, every failure, every moment of doubt becomes ammunition to fortify your mind. Resilience is cultivated not in ease, but in the crucible of discomfort. Those who shy away from rejection remain fragile, exposed to the whims of circumstance. Those who face it, who absorb its lessons and continue forward, rise like warriors who have stared into the abyss and returned stronger. The ability to carry yourself through adversity becomes an aura, a presence that signals power before a word is spoken. Ritualized preparation turns small victories into momentum for larger conquests. Micro wins, the completion of tasks, the mastery of self-imposed challenges, the quiet triumphs that go unseen, accumulate into a reservoir of confidence. Each ritual, each disciplined act, signals to your mind and body that mastery is not an abstract ideal, but a tangible reality. By preparing relentlessly, you step into the day like a general reviewing the map before battle, every move calculated, every resource at your command. Confidence is forged like iron, unyielding and sharp, shaped through repetition, tempered by resistance, and strengthened by ritual. Your will becomes a weapon, capable of cutting through doubt, hesitation, and mediocrity. This is not luck or talent. It is method, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of mastery. Forge your will, wield your power, conquer your day. It is not titles that command respect, but mastery of self and circumstance. To become untouchable is to ascend beyond the ordinary, to inhabit a realm where your presence alone alters the course of events. The apex of confidence is not loud declarations or empty bravado. It is quiet, absolute command over mind, body, and environment. When you master your thoughts, control your reactions, and shape your surroundings, threats shrink into insignificance. The world can hurl chaos at you, yet it bounces off, irrelevant, impotent, unable to pierce the armor of a disciplined mind. Invulnerability begins with mastery. Each decision you make, each action you take, is deliberate, precise, and intentional. You anticipate the moves of others before they are executed. You read situations like a general surveying a battlefield, calculating consequences, adjusting strategy, and neutralizing danger before it manifests. The untouchable mind does not react blindly. It commands with foresight. Mastery of self creates mastery over circumstance, and mastery over circumstance makes you a force that cannot be challenged. Psychological immunity is the next layer of armor. Detachment from praise, Fear of judgment or the need for approval shields you from manipulation. Those who rely on external validation are puppets, their strings pulled by opinion, rumor, and circumstance. You walk through the world untethered, your confidence unshakable, because it is sourced from within. When others attempt to provoke, persuade, or destabilize you, their efforts dissipate like shadows at noon. Your mind becomes an impregnable fortress, impenetrable to doubt and distraction. Living as a force transforms every interaction into a statement of authority. You move through life, not seeking permission, not waiting for opportunity. You shape outcomes, bend reality to align with your purpose, and leave a trail of influence wherever you tread. Your presence commands attention, demands respect, and evokes a mixture of admiration and caution. Like a predator who walks silently through the jungle, you assert control without announcing it. Yet every entity around you recognizes the weight of your presence. This is the ultimate stage, untouchable, decisive, self-reliant, and feared, not through intimidation, but through undeniable mastery. Every action, every thought, every measured pause builds the perception and reality of power. The untouchable do not merely survive. They dominate, they shape, they leave the battlefield on their terms. Your mind is the throne, your will the sword, and your presence the armor. Command your world, become untouchable, move as a force. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. The world does not wait for the hesitant. Victory favors those who adapt, strike, and evolve with relentless precision. You are the tactician and the warrior, the predator in the shadow, the king commanding the board. Every moment presents a battlefield, every interaction a chance to assert dominance. Mastery is not optional, it is survival. Your first move is deliberate, calculated. Rise before the noise, seize the first mover advantage, and let your momentum set the tone for the day. Each step in the morning is a drill, a sharpening of mind and body, preparing you for the unseen battles ahead. The world sleeps while you accumulate victories in silence, stacking advantages that others will never perceive. Success compounds quietly in the early hours, invisible, yet unyielding. Stillness becomes your weapon. Observation replaces reaction. Patience is not weakness. It is the blade hidden in shadow. You watch, listen, and understand before you strike. Your energy is conserved like ammunition, stored for the decisive moment. The calm before the storm is not idleness. It is intimidation, dominance established without a single blow. By the time action is necessary, you are unstoppable, your mind and body synchronized with lethal precision. Eliminate what weakens you. Allies are rare. Distractions are fatal. You ruthlessly curate your life, removing toxic people, bad habits, and hesitation. Comfort is the enemy of power. Sacrifice it willingly to ascend beyond mediocrity. Indecision invites vulnerability. Every moment wasted is an opportunity for others to surpass you. Act decisively. Cut dead weight. Advance unimpeded. Your presence must command before a word is spoken. Posture, tone, and energy are weapons of influence. Read the room, control the narrative, assert respect as a general asserts authority over soldiers. Confidence is armor. Wear it without compromise. Psychological mastery allows you to bend perception and environment to your will, creating the reality in which you are unchallenged. Inside, the assassin moves. Preemptive strikes against self-doubt and limiting beliefs prevent failure before it arises. Discipline becomes your blade. Daily habits shape destiny with precision. Shadow work reveals your hidden fears and weaknesses, and you confront them to gain freedom that others cannot imagine. Self-sabotage is eradicated before it manifests, leaving only clarity and lethal focus. Feed the wolf within. Strengthen your instincts through calculated risk and assertive action. Starve laziness and entitlement. Align intellect with aggression. Let strategy and instinct coalesce into a predator that thrives on opportunity and dominance. Each move feeds power. Each inaction feeds weakness. Choose wisely. Hunt relentlessly. Life is a chessboard. Sacrifice pawns today to secure kings tomorrow. Anticipate opposition, set traps, and forge alliances to strengthen your position. Victory is not given. It is constructed through foresight, cunning, and relentless execution. Each calculated risk compounds. Each strategic alliance leverages influence that others fail to see. Confidence is forged like iron, hardened by repetition, pain, and rejection. Daily rituals condition your mind, fortify your resilience, and accumulate micro-wins that fuel larger conquests. Endure discomfort, embrace adversity, and transform trials into mastery. Each challenge conquered is proof that your strength is indomitable, your will ironclad. Become untouchable. Master your environment, detach from external validation, and move as a force that shapes outcomes without permit. Threats become irrelevant, manipulation fails, and your authority radiates naturally. You exist as a force of nature, respected, feared, and admired. All principles converge, and the dangerous self emerges. Mind, body, and spirit fuse into unstoppable momentum. The predator mindset dominates. Fearlessness, decisiveness, calculated aggression become second nature. Mastery is existence itself. You live as authority incarnate, autonomous, and psychologically dominant. The world bends or complies, but it cannot ignore you. Become the storm, strike as the wolf, move untouchable. Whosoever conquers himself is the mightiest of warriors. The battlefield is not outside, it is within. Every sunrise is a summons, every moment a chance to assert dominion over your mind, your habits, your destiny. Treat each day as a war plan, mapping objectives, anticipating challenges, and striking with precision. Build routines that sharpen your focus, train your resilience, and fortify your throne. Small victories compound into unstoppable momentum. Discipline becomes your weapon, and consistency your armor. Dangerous confidence is not a posture, it is a state of being. Carry yourself as the apex predator carries its presence, deliberate, commanding, unshakable. Let your actions reflect mastery before words are spoken. Your mind, body, and energy must align so completely that hesitation and doubt cannot exist. Every interaction becomes a stage for authority. Every decision, a demonstration of power honed through ritual and practice. Internalize the lessons of patience, ruthlessness, and strategic observation until they flow through you like instinct. Repeat the mantra. Let it echo through your thoughts, shaping your reality, conditioning your will. I am the storm. I am the wolf. I am untouchable. Speak it aloud. Feel it in your chest. Let it fuse with every breath, every action, every sigh, not moment of preparation. This is your ritual, your declaration, your crown. The world bends to those who carry certainty as armor. Stand, Act, dominate, and claim what is rightfully yours. Rise, command, conquer,